2:01 p.m. ETJustin Thomas had all of about 3 days to savor his PGA Tour Player of the Year honor before getting his bags packed for a long overseas journey and 2 more golf tournaments that, if he were completely candid, he might say he'd love to skip. After winning 5 times during the 201,617 season, including the PGA Championship, and adding the FedEx Cup title and a $10 million bonus and then going straight to the President's Cup, Thomas might be excused if he wanted to celebrate in some manner other than swinging a golf club. But he left his home in Jupiter, Florida, on Saturday night and arrived in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, some 18 hours later as he is set to defend his title this week at the CIMB Classic at TPC Kuala Lumpur. Justin Thomas capped a 5-win season with the FedEx Cup and a $10 million bonus. He's back in action at this week's CIMB Classic, where he's the two-time defending champion. Curtis Compton Atlanta Journal-Constitution app photos it is where his journey to greatness began a year ago and also where he won his first PGA Tour title in 2015. It's a place obviously that will always have a special place in my heart, being my first tour win, and then the first time going back-to-back and now having the chance for a three-peat, Thomas said during a conference call. It's obviously great, but it's going to be a little bit different this year just in terms of everything that's happened and the lack of preparation he'll probably get as opposed to the years prior. Past experience will obviously help, and Thomas' game is in good shape, as he won the Dell Technologies Championship last month, finished second at the Tour Championship and then went 311 at the President's Cup. Justin Thomas was named the PGA Tour Player of the Year on Wednesday after winning 5 times. Jason Sobel takes a look at Phil Mickelson's opening run. Tiger's latest social post. Those mixed team tournament rumblings hint it should be at the President's Cup and more in his latest weekly 18, but there is a big picture question that Thomas will need to assess, one that he was already contemplating after capturing the FedEx Cup. How does he maintain and build on the success of this past season? It is difficult to expect anyone to win 5 times in a year or win another major or FedEx Cup title. But those are the achievements Thomas will be judged against going forward. I'm going to try and spend a lot of time with Tiger Woods and definitely call and talk to Jordan Spieth, because they're the 2 people I'm closest to who have done something close to this and they've both achieved way more than this, Thomas said. I need to understand how to reevaluate my goals, how to reset my goals, how to deal with everything. I'm going to have a lot more obligations, I'm going to have a lot more people wanting my time. I'm going to have a lot higher expectations from you guys, media, from the fans, from everything. So I'm going to need to understand and get better at handling all of it. Seeking the counsel of Woods and Spieth would seem a good idea. Woods, of course, has spent his entire career dealing with expectations, and he won a minimum of 5 tournaments a year in 10 different seasons. Spieth is a more recent example, having won 5 times, including 2 majors, and the FedEx Cup in 2015, then having to answer questions about an off year in 2016 when he won only 3 times worldwide. Thomas, 24, too, has had his own expectations to tackle, having competed with Spieth going back to their junior golf days and during college, where Thomas starred at Alabama when Spieth was at Texas. I'm going to try and spend a lot of time with Tiger Woods and definitely call and talk to Jordan Spieth, because they're the 2 people I'm closest to who have done something close to this and they've both achieved way more than this. I need to understand how to reevaluate my goals, how to reset my goals, how to deal with everything. Justin Thomas, seeing his friend and rival attain early success while Thomas was struggling to get his first victory, has made the recent achievements all the more rewarding. It was easy to get impatient with myself, but my dad, Mike Thomas, also his swing coach, does a great job of that, of reminding me I've done a lot of great things, and I will continue to do a lot of great things if I continue to work hard and continue to do the right things, Thomas said. I just had to try to stay patient and block all the things out that I hadn't achieved maybe as much as some of my friends had. Now they'll be trying to achieve what he did. As for Thomas, to try to duplicate, or even come close to the feat, he'll need to sort through what will really be a short off-season. He's playing this week in Malaysia and then next week's new event in South Korea, the CJ Cup at 9 Bridges. Both tournaments are limited field, no-cut events, which will allow him and those competing at the very least to get a jump on earning FedEx points for the new season. After these 2 events, Thomas plans to decompress, coming back for Woods' Hero World Challenge in early December. A month later, he'll be defending 2 titles in Hawaii, the Tournament of Champions and Sony Open. I know I'd rather have it this way than the alternative and not playing that well last year and not having to deal with it, Thomas said. But it'll be different.